Right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video in the S3 today. So today the plan is to do a sort of a follow-up video. If you guys remember the 335D versus M3 video we did a while back, the sort of lineup comparison that we did, a lot of the comments were rematch it but with a mapped 335D. So of course I had a few of you guys with mapped cars message me, including the one we're going to see today. This car in particular apparently is one of the quickest 335Ds in the country. I know a lot of people kept thinking I kept saying 325D. I'm actually saying 335D, but just so you guys are sure, I'm not confused. But yeah, this particular car apparently ran sub 12s in the quarter mile. It ran at 11.9, which was the last the owner told me. Maybe it's run quicker now. It had a map, of course, and it's had, I believe it's got a Wagner intercooler. Apart from that, it's pretty sleeper spec. I've seen the photos of it. Looks like a normal 3 Series. So the plan today is to do a rematch with an M3. The thing is, on my mate's blue one, he swapped it for a compact now. So of course that will add a bit of power on it as well, but it should be pretty close. I mean, I know the M3 will eventually pull away. It's got more power and of course other sort of various factors, but I want to see how close it is though compared with the stock car how it was last time. But yeah, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go meet up with the guys at the rooftop. I should have 3 cars waiting for me up there. Should be pretty good. It should be a nice, easy, relaxed vlog. Nothing review format or anything like that. It's just going to be pure on this camera today. Right people, so here we are at the rooftop. Quite windy here, so hopefully the mic isn't too muffled. I'm just waiting on the cars now. Hopefully they turn up. Should be pretty good if they do though. We'll have a few lineups to do. It's good to be back in the S3 as well. So relaxing to drive this car. The M3 is very hardcore, so I left it at home today because I've got filming to do. Don't really want to focus on too much driving. Alright, so the standard 335D is here. You guys might remember this from the last comparison video. The mapped one is a white car. It should be here soon. Hopefully he hasn't got lost. One car's here. We'll link up with the M3 in a bit once we're sort of leaving this area, because he's closer to the roads we're going to go on. Right, so the mapped 335D is here. As you can see, very sleeper-fied. So we've got 2 now. I am saying 335D now because everyone thinks I keep saying 325D. Right, nice. The S3's got the least amount of torque here. Right, let's get a little shot. Nice. Right, so we've got 2 cars here. This is the stock car and this is a tuned one. In terms of mods, we haven't got too much going on with this car. It has a map on it and also has a Wagner intercooler on it as well to help with a bit of heat soak. The owner does like to take this to drag strips as well. So another thing to mention, hopefully it's not too windy, this car has had the back seats taken out because it's going to be at the BMW show on Sunday. So the owner's looking to set some good times with this. As you can see, I just love the way it's just such a sleeper. If you saw this on the road, you wouldn't assume it has the power it does. In terms of power, what I've been told, this thing's putting out 410 horsepower and around 550 pound-feet of torque. Now in comparison to the stock car makes 313 and around 465 pound-feet. So quite a big difference in BHP. But of course these things are all about the torque. So generally normal 335D won't cover too much of that stuff. So of course the S3 is here as well, but that's not going to be part of it. A lot of people have asked me to compare this to the stock car. It might be a good race, but generally for today we're going to focus on the BMWs. In terms of the stock car, this is the one that was in the last video as well. It's had a few upgrades. It's had the black grills done and a few other bits. This car is actually a bit of a project so far, so you will see this on the channel again. The owner is looking to do a lot of bits to it. Some of the stuff I can't mention just yet. Yeah, pretty good. The plan is basically to find a similar road to last time. It's not going to be some full-on race wars style stuff. I like to just keep the comparisons brief. Few pulls, nothing too dangerous, stuff like that. We'll do those 2 cars and then we'll hopefully get the M3 as well. He's just on his way somewhere, and then we'll get that and compare it to the mapped one. Of course in the last video a lot of people were a bit upset about the fact that the 335D wasn't a mapped one, but I thought I had to get a comparison with the stock cars first. You can't just compare tune with stock, you have to do the stock ones first. So of course I thought we'll do this one because this one's had quite a bit done to it. Well, I say that, it's more the fact that it has more than just a map. It's got the intercooler on it as well. Should help with any heat soak, but I don't think there's going to be a heat soak sort of issue today. It's more for the fact that the owner takes the drag strip a lot. Generally, for those who are not too sure about what's under the hood of a 335D, 3-litre twin turbo straight 6, has around 313 brake horsepower standard like I mentioned. It's generally quite a powerful car. They are X-drive as well, standard, That means it's 4-wheel drive, so these things are really good in the traction department. That was one of the reasons for me doing the initial video, because I wanted to compare the rear-wheel drive in the M3 versus the X-Drive. But of course the power sort of deficit didn't really help with that. But now of course we've got a bit more power now, 410 horsepower. So what I think we'll do now is a bit windy up here. We'll get on the road and finally get the sort of comparisons rolling. Yeah, let's just get started. So we'll just park the S3 up here. Got my little box. Let's put the camera on top of there. Alright, so there they are. Because the stock car is full weight and the tuned car has no back seats, I'll hop in the tuned car, get a bit of a perspective going. I might put a GoPro on as well. We see how it goes. Right, so the power really comes in afterwards, doesn't it? Yeah. That is very quick, that is. Yeah, this thing really comes alive when you've got it in prime to go.
Yeah. Third gear, I'd say, like, torque's still limited to second gear, so it's you don't get full advantage.
That was very impressive, that was very impressive. Stock car is still bloody fast though.
Yeah, it's actually
it's still very quick, isn't it? I suppose maybe it's the way the tune is, where the power comes in, etc. Right, so that was a pretty conclusive decision there. I mean, the car takes off like a jet, to be honest, from the passenger seat. It just keeps pulling, as expected with a mapped car. The stock car isn't exactly slow though, I won't say that. It's definitely kept up quite a bit, especially on the last run. It was right here in my mirror. But the thing is, the main reason why we're doing this video is we want to compare now the mapped 335D to the M3. Of course, that was the main talking point of the last video. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to find out where that car is, and we'll get the GoPro set up and we'll do another run. So the M3 is here now. It's an M3 compact. It would have been good to get a standard one, but of course he sold his normal one and traded it in for the compact. This used to be the blue one in the last video. Alright, let me talk, yeah, let me talk. But anyway, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to put this GoPro on one of the cars. We're going to line up this car and that car, the tuned one. Of course, that was the main sort of point with the last video, was a lot of you guys wanted to see an M3 versus a tuned 335D. So that's what we're going to do now, and yeah, we'll hop in one of the cars. Right, so back in the tuned 335D, we've got the M3 compact as well. This car has got around 2,000–3,000 miles on it, so you could say it's not fully broken in yet, but they've got 450 horsepower, depending on which way you measure it, PS, BHP, whichever way. This thing's got 410, but more torque, so we'll see how it goes anyway. Pretty good, to be fair. He wasn't pulling away anymore, was he? Right, so the peak power you're saying is over 5,000, you're saying? Okay, so it's better for us to be in manual in this car. We were initially going to do Sport Plus, but we've gone for a manual. The M3 is also in manual, so there's no confusion. And we're going to go and do another few runs. Yeah, 40 miles an hour. Go for it. Alright people, so good few runs there. We've got all three cars here. You guys asked for the video, so I thought I'd do it properly. We were initially going to do just the M3 versus the tuned one, but I thought because the stock car was available as well, thought we'd do that as well. Hopefully all the runs were pretty good. Nothing scientific, as I like to say on this channel, just a bit of fun, show you some real world sort of pulls if you're on the motorway or anything like that. One thing I like to stress though, the tuned car has a very good top end. You know, this after 4 or 5k, normally diesels they tend to die off, but that was the reason why we kept the tuned one in the manual mode, because the way it's been tuned gets a lot more of its peak power up there. As you saw in the video as well, it just keeps pulling. It doesn't die off at the top like the normal ones do. But yeah, pretty good either way. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and to subscribe for plenty more videos to come. Also make sure you check out my Instagram at trhamza_. You can find all the latest stuff going on, and also put stuff on my story. So when I'm filming stuff like this, I tend to keep you guys up to date with behind the scenes on my story, so make sure you follow me on there. And yeah guys, just take care and I'll see you next video.